This is a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for the longest time. What exactly is Limit Breaker Goku, and what can we expect from this form, usually portrayed as a red-colored Super Saiyan Goku later in the future during the Tournament of Power? Me and Unrelenting Gaming are about to go balls deep in a second, guys, so do not go anywhere. What's going on, my Dragon Ball fanatics? I'm your host, Devil Artemis, and I'm joined here by my boy, my homie from Universe 69, Unrelenting Gaming, Alex. What's going on, bro?
Oh, all the way from Universe 69. My nipples are so erect.
Oh my.
Oh, yes.
Guys, very quickly, if you all enjoy Dragon Ball content, feel free to subscribe to my channel for more Dragon Ball news, topic discussions, and information. Also, feel free to drop your thoughts down below in the comment section, because at the end of every video, I'm going to be featuring your comments, and we're going to be, me and Alex are going to be personally responding to the ones in this video. But without further ado, Limit Breaker Goku. What is Limit Breaker Goku? The concept of a form that's beyond Goku's Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, is that achievable? A newfound power that we can only assume will be red because of the opening of Dragon Ball Super. I think Limit Breaker Goku isn't really a transformation, but it's a form that will eliminate the need for transformations altogether. That's my opinion. You see, I think that Goku won't need to use any transformations, and he'll absorb all his power into his base form to further surpass any limit that's been set on him before. That's what my concept of Limit Breaker Goku is, and I don't necessarily think that Limit Breaker will be a red form only because Akira, didn't want to introduce any new forms for Goku in the first place. But Alex, what do you think that Limit Breaker Goku is to you? What would you think it would look like?
Well, I mean, as of this recording, we don't have any definitive evidence to support whether or not it actually is a form, or if he does retain his Super Saiyan God powers in his base form. But one thing I do want to say is, from a marketing standpoint, if you want to sell as much merch or toys or advertise Goku to be in a very specific manner to where he looks different, like in the essence to where he has like a new form, I think that it'll be smart marketing for them to actually include Goku having a new form. But what I think this is I feel differently about what you just said, because I think that whatever this is, it's going to be a new adaptation to what Super Saiyan Blue is. I think only to like the highest of levels. I think that whatever this is going to be another form. Whether or not it's achievable permanently is unknown, because if you look at Dragon Ball Super now, Super Saiyan Blue has been the default form for Dragon Ball Super, sort of like how Super Saiyan 1 was for Dragon Ball Z. Right. So I think that the only way for them to break out of that habit of having Super Saiyan Blue be like the default for Goku and Vegeta is to have at least one of them, if not both, at a certain point achieve a higher form. So I think that they're going to start off with Goku. I think that it's the perfect time for Goku to show off his new power and or form during this tournament, especially against 70 other dudes. What I think the concept of this whole Limit Breaker form is I think that it's probably like the mastery of Super Saiyan Blue, probably like the overall harnessing of power for Super Saiyan God, having to retain the abilities that he did before with Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue. But the thing is, we don't know if this is going to be something permanent to where Goku's going to be able to tap into this frequently. I would like to assume that hopefully he does not. Hopefully enough, like this form takes some getting used to in order for Goku to, just normally tap back into it like whenever he wants to. Like, because if you look at how Super Saiyan Blue was, they were able to tap into that whenever they wanted to. I mean, not that it was a bad thing, but there was no sign of any struggle or any sort of like, hard method for them to actually go into that whenever they wanted to. I mean, because it became like the standard for those two. So I think what Limit Breaker is, I think that it is a new form, and I think that so far it's going to be the perfected powers of what Super Saiyan God and or Super Saiyan Blue is, to me at least.
So do you think it's going to be a form that matches maybe something similar to what the fan base think it is, like with the whole red hair concept and everything?
Well, I mean, that could be the case. I mean, it'll be a total swerve if they have the Super Saiyan outline but just black hair, like just regular black, base form hair. But what I'm hoping this is I'm hoping that they go back to like the red color. So hopefully enough, it looks like the Super Saiyan Blue outline, or like the Super Saiyan Blue outline for like the hair, except instead of it being yellow or blue, it's red. And I hope alongside with that, there is some significant changes to the body and the aura as well, because as seen from Super Saiyan God to Super Saiyan Blue, there was a difference, you know, in terms of body mass, in terms of the overall aura, the way he looked, the way he fought and whatnot. So I'm hoping that whatever this is, it just defines the body that much more. I'm hoping that maybe they take the concept of the Super Saiyan God aura and the Super Saiyan Blue aura, mix that together, like, you know, just adapt a little bit of that in there, alongside maybe add some more mass to him. But either way, it's like, as of right now, we don't know what this is. I mean, as many other people would say, I mean, this could be just a simple technique or ability to where Goku masters Kaioken or something like that. But then again, it's like, I mean, how do you define mastering Kaioken? Because we don't really know how far Kaioken can go in terms of like feats, like for example, times 10, times 20, times 100, times 1,000. You know, so like, how do you master that? Because especially if Kaioken doesn't really have, you know, like a ceiling for them to break. So I don't know. Like I'm definitively just grasped by the idea that it's gonna be a form. But that's just me. I'm hoping that's going to be red hair, but then again, it might be something else.
Well, what do you think then the opening was teasing with the whole base form, like with the red aura, and then behind the red aura was the, you know, the black hair?
Oh, I definitely think they were teasing that, like without a doubt, man. Because if you look at the way they presented Super Saiyan God in Dragon Ball Super and then Super Saiyan Blue, like in the intro, you always had sort of like a hint as to what it was going to be. For example, when even right now, as we're going on with the Battle of God stuff, going into Resurrection F for the English dub, we see at the intro when Goku gets into his fighting stance, there's like red hair and like a glimpse as to what's happening. And then when you transition from that into Universe 6 / Goku Black and Zamasu, we see that he does the traditional fighting pose, but only this time it's a blue kind of adaptation. And as the dragon emerges from the ground, it's blue, it's red. So I'm thinking that what they did here, in my opinion, of course, is I think that they went back and they're probably gonna add in like sort of like a reddish black tone to like this new transformation. I think, at least.
All right, so the base form itself doesn't speak anything to you, like because that's the reason why I say base form, because when he goes from Super Saiyan Blue to explode into this red aura, and then after the red aura is the base form. You get what I'm saying? So he went from Super Saiyan Blue to base form. That kind of seems like a drop, unless he achieves something greater within base form.
The thing about that is, like, I can't see them going back to just having Goku be in his base form again. It's like, from a marketing standpoint, I don't think it'll sell. Because it's like, why would you go back? It's like, why would you go back to like having him just be in base form, you know?
Right. No, I definitely agree. That would not sell well.
That would not sell well. Like, who would want to buy a product and or game or figure or card that has Goku just in his base form again? It's like other details will sell. Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, 3, 4, God, Blue, like those actually sell because it's different. So like, how would they do this any different? I mean, what would they do? Just add in the Super Saiyan hair and just have it be black? It's like, no.
I get what you're saying. It's like, this is normal Goku, and this is Limit Breaker Goku. They look exactly the same.
He looks exactly the same. It's like, come on.
Oh, man. Hey, well, Dragon Ball is unpredictable, so how do we know, Toriyama's not sitting at the table? We need something completely unpredictable and out of the blue. It's gonna happen, bro. They're gonna
hey, let's just throw in Goku again, except this time let's have him have base form color and just keep him the same. A great idea. Let's just the only difference is let's just have him have Super Saiyan hair so it looks different.
What if we make him stronger than Super Saiyan Blue, but keep him in as a base form? That's a fucking genius.
Exactly. It's like that wouldn't, to the casual fan, they would look at it and be like, well, this is stupid. He looks the same as he did normally. So,
right.
But what I'm hoping this is I'm hoping that this is a brand new form, and I'm hoping that they do like some additional, work to his overall like color schemes, like the way he looks. Again, I mean, Super Saiyan God was unique only because like the aura, the fiery aura, and the way like he like the hair. I mean, it took a little bit of adapting to like get used to it, but. He looked a little skinnier, which I was like, I'm not really a fan of that. But like maybe if they beef him up, so not so much where like he looks like Broly or something like that, but like just give him some meaning to like his form, or give him some meaning to like the way he looks, or just like presence. I think that having intimidation behind your form really does stand out in Dragon Ball. But for me, I just think that whatever this quote-unquote limit breaker Goku is, we're bound to see it at the Tournament of Power, and I think that it's going to be a form. If it's anything other than a form, I don't know, like how would you feel about that? Because it's like they've been teasing that for a while, ever since like the whole Zen exhibition. So for them to do this and for it not to be a form, like how would you react to that in your opinion?
Well, I mean, just how you said before, how Super Saiyan Blue is kind of becoming the staple. Like usually it's overusing the transformation, which
right.
would mean there's something new, but something better that's coming up. I mean, if that were to come up and actually be his base form, I'm just assuming that's what the transformation would look like with, the black hair, that he would be going into his base form, only because of how the intro, shows it, how it shows right. the transition. It could just be the intro, or it could be a hint. Goku goes from Super Saiyan Blue, he yells, he bursts with red aura, right, and then goes into his base form, his default look. Yeah. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? What just happened? But anyways, if that happens, it's not that I would like it. I think it would be stupid. I think it would be stupid that he would be in his base form. But I think that's what it would look like if they were to go with that, only because of the intro. Would I prefer that to happen? Not really. If anything, I think the whole red hair concept looks kind of cool with Goku, because I feel like if you give him the red hair and like a red tint to his skin, he'd look more like the Super Kaioken from the non-canon episodes with Pikkon in Dragon Ball Z. He'd look something similar to that, because it's red aura. Goku doesn't normally have red aura aside from his Kaioken form, so it has to be maybe something with Kaioken, because it's been recently resurrected from the dead. Kaioken, it was completely irrelevant before Dragon Ball Super, so maybe they're gonna go something with that. But guys, what do you all think about Limit Breaker Goku? What do you think he's gonna look like? From the hints that we get in the opening, I can only assume that the form is gonna be in his base form, but I want to know what you guys think, so drop your comments down below. But right now I want to take a second and I want to get to the featured comments. All right, in one of my latest videos, Frost versus Frieza, we had a comment from Genki XD who said that if Frost gets a new form, it'll be silver or platinum because it's simple and the writers are always looking for the simplest option. Am I right? Alex, what do you think? The video was Frost versus Frieza. I was explaining how they should buff Frost instead of nerfing down Frieza, only because the Frost demons can actually choose the color of their form, as mentioned by Frieza, that he made this Snow Evolution Gold. So if Frost were to have a new form, would that potentially be better for Universe 6, because that would increase their chances rather than nerfing Frieza? You get what I'm saying? But what do you think about this silver color? Do you think it would fit well on Frost?
No, I mean, you guys are on the money. I mean, they're looking for simplicity. So even going back to Goku's Limit Breaker form, again, it just might be Super Saiyan hair, just different color, or a base hair and just different color. And with Frost, I wouldn't see them doing any drastic changes to where he looks like cooler, or he looks like some character off of Dragon Ball Multiverse. I think that, again, they would keep it simple, so I think that they would make it to where he's either silver or platinum, or some other variation other than gold, to have him stand up against Frieza. But I think that he's right. I think that they would keep it simple. Would I necessarily agree with Frost jumping the gun and having like a new form to compete with Golden Frieza to that extent? No, I think that Frieza should be the only prodigy that can do that. But then again, to match up to Golden Frieza, they might either A, do that, or B, nerf Frieza in order to compete, in both of them having to fight in their final forms. That's just my opinion, of course.
All right, well, I believe that, silver would actually be a good color on Frost. I mean,
you think
silver,
so?
Yeah, because you know what it is? It contrasts Golden Frieza. Like, silver and gold, platinum and gold, whatever you want to, use. But I think it contrasts to Frieza. But the next comment was actually in my Golden Frieza's Rampage video, where I basically just recapped episode 94, and it's from Yokorama Game Talk. And he says, "Hey, Devil Artemis, I haven't watched Dragon Ball Super past episode 7 since it was doing the movie recaps. I need to start watching it past those parts, since I hear from everyone that Dragon Ball Super is getting pretty great." Yokohama, you have to get into Dragon Ball Super. It's very good. Alex, what do you got to say?
Dude, I gotta say, go to Crunchyroll.com. All the episodes are there. Get started, because the movie recaps are always gonna be the movie recaps. I mean, there's not much you can say about that. I mean, it is what it is. But having to move away from that, you gotta start watching, because up until a certain point, I mean, there are things that contradict itself, like in a respect to where you may agree or disagree with the overall direction. But as of now, it's getting good. I think that it's gonna get better once the tournament actually begins. But your best friend at this point is Crunchyroll.com. Go there, type in Dragon Ball Super, watch all the episodes, because they're all going to be displayed. If you have an account, you can just watch them in 1080p quality. But yeah, I mean, is it getting good? Yeah, I mean, the movie recaps, honestly, in my opinion, they weren't too good in Super. I mean, they were just, it was what it was. The Universe 6 tournament was decent. Goku Black arc was my favorite. Universal Survival arc right now, I can't say much because we're still underway with that, but you have a ways to go, man. If I were you, I'd start catching up quick before this tournament starts. You have a month to go.
Yeah, bro. I definitely binge watch Yokohama. I mean, the Goku Black arc is really awesome, but you know, I really think that you should definitely get into Super. If you just didn't want to look at the recaps, I mean, they retcon some stuff, but either way, you won't suffer too much if you just stick with the movies for your knowledge. You get what I'm saying? So if you watch the movies and then you start, you know, watching after Frieza's defeated in the anime and carry on from there, it shouldn't hurt you too much. You should be okay. But anyways, guys, thanks for commenting. And Alex, man, thank you, my friend, for joining me. Guys, I'm Devil Artemis, and I'll see you all in the next Dragon Ball video.
Thanks for having me, man. Later, guys.
I wanna write you a love song. Let me write you a love song.